Hello there guys, welcome to another one of my live videos, and today I'm just going to be officially up on some more current latest news. So if you do consider drop your likes, and if you do consider subscribe to the channel as always. So quite a few things to talk about on this video today. As I did say, if you do consider drop your likes, and if you do consider subscribe as always. So the first topic of the development today is in relation to David De Gea. Now reports have just been coming out of the media now suggesting that according to the media, that report De Gea is demanding that he wants around £350,000 a week if he is to commit to his long-term future in Manchester United, and if he is to sign a new long-term deal. So he's demanding that he wants about £350,000 a week in the current region. Even though De Gea is happy at Manchester United and he is committing his long-term future in Manchester United, because in the media it was coming out that, you know, there was breakthrough in negotiations, and it did say David De Gea was on the brink of signing a new 5-year deal with just under £400 a week or something like that. But reports are now coming out saying that he's demanding that he wants around £350,000 a week. Manchester United, of course, have been in talks, obviously, but I don't think Manchester United are prepared to give him that much money, you know, David Hay, because he's currently receiving £200,000 a week at the moment on his current deal, as we are all currently know. But I still think Man United are confident and convinced that we can secure him a new long-term deal at the club. But reports coming out saying that he wants £350,000 a week if he's to sign a new deal. But reportedly, Manchester United have got his the wages he's demanding, you know, for him to sign a new long-term deal. But he's refusing to sign this new deal at the moment, you know, if Manchester United are not preparing, you know, to give him £350,000 a week. So potentially he wants to be the highest paid keeper in world football, and wants to be one of the highest, one of the highest paid players, in world football as well. Or does David De Gea, as I currently said. But yeah, he's definitely the best goalkeeper in the world without a shadow of a doubt since he's been here. You know, he's made over 300 appearances as David De Gea. You know, he's won the club's Player of the Year, 4 out of 5 seasons, as I said, Player of the Season. You know, he's won the Smack Busby Player of the Year quite a few times, and he's won everything here in English football as David De Gea. And we know back in 2015 on deadline day was on the verge of joining Real Madrid, and we know that Juventus and Paris Saint-Germain had also been interested in De Gea as well. But I think he's happy at Manchester United, as I said. So are Man United willing to meet, the wages he's currently demanding? He's demanding he wants 350 grand a week. So somewhere along the line, obviously the most highest paid player at the moment we've got is Alexis Sanchez on over £500,000 a week. As I currently said. So I think hopefully somewhere along the line, you get David De Gea a new long-term deal at Manchester United. So if we do give him this £350,000 a week, he will get his wage increase. His wages will increase by 150,000. If David De Gea does sign this new long-term deal, because we give him a 12-month extension on his contract last year, as we all currently know as well. But I think he's happy at Manchester United. As he was just discussing before, he wants Manchester United to be up there, challenging, winning trophies, and all that. And I think I am confident now, that we can do that under Ole Gunnar Solskjaer. As I said, we've still got other contracts, to sort out and address as well. Obviously, we've already agreed Martial a new 5.5-year deal at the club with an option of a further year. Obviously, we've agreed Phil Jones a 4.5-year deal with an option of a further year as well. Chris Smalling this season signed a new contract as well. So there's quite a few players that have signed contracts. Scott McTominay, signed a new contract term as well. But there's still other players, that we do need to get contracts. But as Solskjaer did confirm, he said contract negotiations were progressing, as Solskjaer, was explained, as I currently said. But in relation, reports were coming out the other day in relation to Ashley Young as well. He's obviously one of the longest servants at Manchester United, just like De Gea and all that. Ashley Young, obviously reports coming out saying that Manchester United have been in talks of getting him a new 1-year extension at the club, because obviously Man United only going to will offer him a 1-year extension, considering that he is age 33, but he's been here since 2011. I think we're going to agree him a new 1-year extension, worth around £110,000 a week. Ashley Young, a lot of people of course won't be happy about this, even though he's our first choice right back, is Ashley Young, as we all currently know, but he's 33 now, and obviously he's our first choice right back. When he was younger, he was mainly right winger, but obviously we operate Ashley Young as a right back, and since he's been here, of course, he's won everything. He's just made under 300 appearances as well as Ashley Young. But reports coming out about 3 or 4 days ago, I updated you that Man United were close to agreeing him a new 1-year extension on his contract, Ashley Young. But obviously, I think he's past it now, and that's why I did say we do need someone on that right-hand side, because Ashley Young's past it now. because Ashley Young's past it now, as I currently said. But it looks like we could be on the brink of securing him a new one-year extension at the club. And we did get him from Aston Villa in 2011, was it, for around £17 million or something like that. And as I was saying, in relation, to Antonio Valencia as well, reports have been coming out saying that he has currently suffered another injury, Antonio Valencia. So to Matteo Darmian, it did say in the media as well. Before the Fulham game, it confirmed that Darmian suffered an injury. He's going to be out for a couple of weeks. Valencia suffered an injury. He's going to be out for a couple of weeks as well. In relation to Valencia, he's one of the longest serving players here as well. He's been here, 10 years now, Antonio Valencia. I think he's made over 300 appearances in all competitions. He's grown and developed very, very well as Antonio Valencia. And he has been an essential player, for us over the years, Antonio Valencia. But of course, he's hardly played this season. He's hardly been in the team, Antonio Valencia, this season, because he has had quite a few injury problems. That's why for the January transfer window, he was one of the players, that was, likely to leave Manchester United, because it did say Fulham and Newcastle were interested in him. There's still a possibility that Valencia, could actually leave Manchester United in the summer, because he's age now 33 as well. I do think we have the option to extend his contract by a further year as well as Antonio Valencia, but he could go in the summer as well. As I did say, I do expect 3 or 4 experienced players to leave in the summer, and obviously we're going to get around £200 million to spend in the summer, to get some new additions into the team, because I do see about 3 or 4 players, probably leaving in the summer, to be quite honest with you. So we want to get some new additions into the squad in the summer, because we do expect players to leave. Obviously, we're still looking to hire a director of football to come in as well, as Ed Woodward confirmed, before we commit to any future signings. We didn't make any signings in January, as I couldn't say, we didn't make any signings in January, but hopefully we can, get some signings in the summer, and then I think then we can be potentially title contenders, as I said. And I did say the key areas where we do need to strengthen up: we need a central defender, we need someone on the right-hand side without a shadow of a doubt. Maybe we need a centre defensive midfielder, that's fast and tenacious, because as I did say, the majority of our attack is coming from the left-hand side, as I said. In relation as well to Marcus Rojo, it's confirmed he's been injured for quite a while, because he's another player that's enjoyed a very, very difficult time, since he's come to Manchester United. Marcus Rojo, he's enjoyed a difficult time, to be quite honest with you, as Marcus Rojo. He's had a lot of injuries, so he struggled to get a run of games under his belt as Marcus Rojo, as I currently said, but he struggled with his fitness regime as well, so he could leave in the summer, but it has been confirmed now that Marcus Rojo has returned to training. He's still unfit at the moment, he's Marcus Rojo as well, so maybe he may leave Manchester United this summer as well, Marcus Rojo. In relation to Matteo Darmian, he's another player that's out with injury for a couple of weeks, as he did confirm. Matteo Darmian's another player, that's enjoyed a very, very difficult time, since he's come to Man United, struggling to get in the team. And he hasn't really been a regular, since he's been a Manchester United player, since we got him in 2015 from Torino, as we all know. There was strong speculation of him leaving in January. He did say Inter Milan and Juventus were interested in Matteo Darmian. Obviously, I think Manchester United have extended his contract, by further year, Matteo Darmian's, so we can cash in for the player in the summer if offers do come. But yeah, obviously, when he was a lot younger in his prime, Matteo Darmian spent the majority of his playing career in Italy anywhere, did Matteo Darmian, so he could well leave in the summer. He could well leave in the summer as well, but I am hopeful that Manchester United also get a new contract for Ander Herrera as well, because as I do keep saying, I've been very, very impressed with Ander Herrera. I think his performances have been good, and I think he's been a very, very consistent player, since we got him in 2014 from Atletico Bilbao, when we got him under the Louis van Gaal era. I think, Ander Herrera has been a very, very good player indeed, and I think especially since Ole Gunnar Solskjaer's come in, his form's been rejuvenated a lot more. He's playing a big part in the team, he's playing more regularly from the start, and I think he complements our midfield, alongside Matic and Herrera. Matic and Pogba, does Ander Herrera, as I said, so I've been really, really impressed with him. We have been in talks of getting Ander Herrera a new one-year extension at the club as well, but he deserves it, based on his fantastic performances, and I think they look good together, because that's, they look very, very effective in that Herrera, Matic and Pogba. And Matic, I've been very, very improved with him and impressed with him. And his performances have been fantastic, Nemanja Matic. I know he's slow and I do have strong reservations about him, but I think he's getting forward more, he's looking more effective in his passing, his distribution's improved, and I think he's playing really, really well, Matic, as under Ole Gunnar Solskjaer. So I think Matic's form has definitely been rejuvenated, as I said. Pogba's just absolutely, world class, absolutely world class, is Paul Pogba. I think he's scored 11 goals in the Premier League this season. I think he's scored 13 in all competitions. I think he's got a number of assists as well as Paul Pogba. And I think when he's playing in this kind of vein, Paul Pogba, he's one of the best midfielders in world football. And I think he's doing really, really well. As I said, I think he looks very, very effective, when he's playing in that number 10 role, which he doesn't always play in. But when he's in that number 10 role, he looks good just behind the centre forward as Pogba. But he's a fantastic, fantastic player. And, since Solskjaer's come in, we have seen the best of Paul Pogba, as I said. And he's starting to replicate the form, that he's shown in his 4-year spell, that he had with Juventus, because he was fantastic in his 4 years with Juventus, Paul Pogba. And hopefully somewhere along the line we can get him a new contract, because the reports were coming out throughout January that he was demanding that he wanted to sign a new contract with Man United. He's still got currently 2 years left on his current deal at the moment. Obviously, he'll want a huge pay rise, Paul Pogba, if he does commit to this new deal. I think his agent, Raiola, is set to negotiate with the Manchester United board about potentially, getting Paul Pogba a new deal at Manchester United. But he's been absolutely exceptional, he's creating well, he's providing, timing of his runs are fantastic, his breaks box to box are looking fantastic indeed, Paul Pogba's as well. So he's in absolutely scintillating, form, is Paul Pogba, and I hope we can, get him a new contract. So his form's definitely, been rejuvenated, since Ole Gunnar Solskjaer's come in. And in relation, to Marcus Rashford as well, I hope we can agree a new long-term deal at Manchester United as well, Marcus Rashford, because he's been fantastic as well. He's mainly our number 9, is Marcus Rashford, as we all currently know. Scored goals this season. He's playing really, really well, Marcus Rashford, especially under Ole Gunnar Solskjaer. And his form's been rejuvenated. He's playing more of a key role under Ole Gunnar Solskjaer as Marcus Rashford. Being a United player, since the age of 7, progressed up the ranks very, very well. Risen up the ranks very, very well. Being in the senior squad with Manchester United, since 2016, Marcus Rashford. I know he can play out wide, Rashford, and he can play in other positions, but he looks very, very effective centrally, does Rashford. But I think Rashford, areas of his game, he has dramatically improved. He's scoring more goals now. His finishing's improved, so I do think now Rashford has got that end product. So he's improved on a lot of things as Marcus Rashford. So I've been really, really impressed with him, to be quite honest with you. So his current deal does end in 2020, as we all know, with an option of a further year. But as Manchester United have been negotiating, to try and get him to sign a new long-term deal at Manchester United as well. And I think he feels, happy at Manchester United, does Marcus Rashford. He will be definitely in contention, to play on Tuesday against Paris Saint-Germain. And I think Rashford's probably on the same level now as Kylian and Mbappe, but I think they're both good young players, Rashford and Mbappe. I think Mbappe is a very, very good player. He was very, very good when he was Monaco. He's very, very good at PSG, and he's a player that's got pace, can score goals, can provide, can exploit, defenses as well, just like Rashford can. So I think they're on the same level, Rashford and Mbappe, to be quite honest with you. I think both players have a lot of good physical attributes as well, and they both prove that they can score goals, as I said. And they can exploit, opposition's back lines, can Mbappe and Rashford, with the pace and all that, as I currently said. So both players, are a threat, going forward. So it'd be interesting to see, how Mbappe performs on Tuesday. Now Rashford, performs on Tuesday as well. And obviously Mbappe is the second most expensive player in world football, as we all currently know. So hopefully somewhere along the line we can get Rashford a new long-term deal. I think it's going to be worth around £150,000 a week. That's what it said, according to the media, as I said. But we know mainly under Solskjaer, that the likes of Rashford and Anthony Martial have obviously been, Rashford and Martial, and that have obviously been first choice over Lukaku and Sanchez, because obviously I think Lukaku's form has been slightly rejuvenated, since Ole Gunnar Solskjaer's come in. I still know he's a proven goal scorer in the Premier League, is Romelu Lukaku, without a shadow of a doubt. Lukaku is a proven goal scorer in the Premier League, because he has proven it throughout his playing career. I think he's 25, 26 now, Romelu Lukaku, as I I said. But as I do keep saying, obviously he's not really being first choice, because what Rashford can offer up front, Lukaku cannot do this, because Lukaku's slow. His first touch concerns me as well. He's, as I do keep saying, his form has been slightly rejuvenated. A lot of United fans, do think now Lukaku is finished at the club. Everyone has a different opinion on it. As I currently said, obviously we did pay £75 million for him. As I said, in his first season with Manchester United, he scored 27 goals in our competition. So in his first season, he was in fantastic form. This season, hasn't been the best. But since Solskjaer's coming, I do think his forms, slightly been rejuvenated. Romelu Lukaku's. As I said, I don't strongly rate him, and when we did get him, I thought, yeah, he's a good player. He's proven himself at Everton, as I currently said. But I did have concerns. Everyone had concerns about his first touch. He's slow. He doesn't have any pace about his game. At the time, I would have preferred Morata at that time, over Lukaku, to be quite honest with you. But we ended up getting Lukaku. In relation to Sanchez as well, obviously we know Martial and Rashford have been first choice over Sanchez. Sanchez has really struggled, to fit in this Manchester United team. I think he's lost a yard of pace. He is now, age 30 odd, and he's not the player that he was at Arsenal, Alexis Sanchez. He's obviously our highest paid player, and over 500 grand a week. So Manchester United would want to potentially, see the best out of Alexis Sanchez, because obviously he's at this club on a big contract, and Sanchez is struggling. Okay, Sanchez has had a couple of injuries, as we all know. He has had a couple of injuries as Alexis Sanchez that has currently affected him. But I just don't think he fits in the Manchester United team, to be quite honest with you, does Alexis Sanchez. And he's been here just, over a year now, as I said. So he's struggling to be consistent, is Alexis Sanchez. And there's definitely areas of his game that he does need to adapt to. But he's not the player that he was at Arsenal, because I thought he was really, really good at Arsenal, Sanchez. He was scoring goals for them. He would on at least, 25, 30 goals a season with Arsenal. But since he's come to United, he's struggling to score goals, as I said. And when he has played under Solskjaer, I think he loses the ball too easily, as I said, and I just don't rate him at Manchester United. I just don't think he's a Manchester United player. He may improve in time to come, but I don't see it happening, to be quite honest with you. I don't see it happening, to be quite honest with you. But I know anyway, Martial is very, very influential on that left-hand side. And again, Martial's performances have been absolutely fantastic this season as well. And I'm glad we did sign in that new 5-year deal with an option of a further year as well. But as I did currently say, as I do keep saying, it was a good victory for Manchester United, against Fulham. Very, very good win. 3-0 away from home, as I said. I know Fulham are a very, very poor team. They've got one of the worst defensive records in the Premier League. How many goals have they scored this season? How many goals have they conceded this season? They've conceded 50-odd goals this season, Fulham. But it was a good win for Manchester United. And obviously, as I do keep saying, Solskjaer, Ole Gunnar Solskjaer obviously made 6 changes in the game. So it was obvious that Solskjaer was obviously going to rotate the squad, because as he did confirm when he came in as Manchester United manager, he was going to rotate the squad. And obviously, he started a few fringe players in the team. He made 6 changes, did Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, because obviously we've got games coming up thick and fast. PSG's a big game on Tuesday. Then it's Chelsea in the FA Cup is at the Monday, and then it's Liverpool that week on the Saturday or Sunday. As I said, so we have got 3 bigger games coming up, and he did. There was alterations in our defensive line. We saw Smalling and Jones coming. We saw Diego Dalot coming as well. So the squad did Ole Gunnar Solskjaer in a Fulham game, but it was still a fantastic performance for Manchester United. As I said, Pogba, getting 2 goals. Pogba were absolutely fantastic, as I said. Martial scoring a fantastic goal from a lovely counter-attack. Anthony Martial. Also, Martial getting an assist for Paul Pogba's, first goal as well, which was very, very good to see. Phil Jones got the assist for Martial's second goal, as I said. But it was a great for Manchester United. And now, Solskjaer now, going into the PSG game, it's going to be his 12th match as Manchester United manager. But we've played 11 games under Solskjaer. We've won 10 out of 11. We've won 5, 6 away from home, 5 in the league, and 1 in the FA Cup. In the Premier League, we've took a possible 25 points from 27. As I said, I think we've scored 28 goals in the process, and now we are sitting in the top 4. We are sitting in the top 4 now. basically for the first time since the opening day of the season, because when Solskjaer first came in, we were sitting at 11 points behind top four. So you can see how much dramatically we've improved. You can see the vast improvements in the team. You can see like defenders that are willing to play from the back. Now we've got good ball playing midfielders in Herrera, Matic and Pogba, and we've got attackers who have the ability to attack, create and score, which is very, very good to see. And I think this team's going to grow and develop under Solskjaer. I think this team's going to flourish under Solskjaer. And as Solskjaer did say, if he can get the job on a permanent basis, he has promised good things at Manchester United. So that's good of him. He's promised good things at Manchester United. Solskjaer has been coming out saying that basically he still thinks it could take Manchester United maybe a couple of years to catch the likes of City, and it could take us maybe a year or two, to be potentially title contenders. As I said, but I don't think this team's good enough to win the league as yet. If we do get a couple of new additions to come in the summer, I think we've got a great chance, of being title contenders, next season. As I couldn't have said, but it is important that we do, get some signings in the summer, because I do see at least 3 or 4 experienced players leaving Manchester United in the summer, as I currently said. But as I do keep updating you, it's a very, very good start under Solskjaer. We've won 10 out of 11, as I said, 28 goals scored. We have won 8 games in the Premier League as well. So it's been an absolutely fantastic start. We've only dropped 2 points, since Ole Gunnar Solskjaer's come in, as I said. But for me, Solskjaer's the right man for the job at Manchester United. He knows what he's doing. He knows what he's doing. I think he can elevate us to that higher level, as I said. And I think this Manchester United squad has got everything to re-emerge as a dominant force, of winning trophies on a regular basis, like we did do for Alex Ferguson for 26, 27 years, as I currently said. And I do have belief in Solskjaer. He's brought belief to the team. He's brought, the structure of the team's right, the cohesion of the team's right. As I did say, he's brought the fear factor back to the club. He shows that inspiration. He doesn't rest on his laurels. Does Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, and that's very, very good to see. As I said, I think he knows his best 11. As I said, I think he's tactically right, and Solskjaer just knows what he's doing at Manchester United. And I think he's brought that attacking flair back to the club. The spirit levels are high. I think we're playing more direct. There's more forward thinking in the team. As you can see now, we're even defensively improving as well. As you can see, our front men no longer look isolated as they did before. Pogba's getting the freedom to express himself more, and this is the difference since Ole Gunnar Solskjaer has come in. So he has got us playing that attacking football, that we saw under Alex Ferguson for 26, 27 years. And I think Solskjaer does understand the philosophy, to be quite honest with you. But as I did say, our objective this season is to get in that top 4, as we all currently know. Our objective is to get in that top 4 this season. We could still, potentially, progress in the FA Cup as well. As the chance we can progress in the FA Cup. That would be fantastic, as I said. But Solskjaer knows everything about this club. A great player for 11 years he was at Manchester United, as we all know. Great player at Manchester United he was for 11 years under Alex Ferguson. He's when he managed the Man United reserve team, he watched some of these players, grow and develop as well. Did Ole Gunnar Solskjaer. So for me, I think he's the right man for the job at Manchester United. I think now Ed Woodward and Manchester United have indicated that he should be. I think he's now the favourite to take the job on a full-time basis, because we know it has been Pochettino for a long time, the number 1 choice. But we need to get Solskjaer on a full-time basis. If we are getting this £2 million spend in the summer. I'd definitely trust Ole Gunnar Solskjaer with that money, because we have got a board that can invest in what Solskjaer demands, who he wants to bring into the club, as I currently said. But as I did say, a big game on Tuesday for Manchester United, as we all know, going to Paris Saint-Germain. And we have got some great news, going Paris Saint-Germain game, as we all know. As reports have been from the France press, and reports have been coming out from the France press, and in relation to the likes of Edinson Cavani, reportedly, Edinson Cavani he's likely to be a major doubt for the game on Tuesday, is Edinson Cavani. Obviously PSG know how much of an essential player he is. Reportedly, he suffered a thigh injury. He suffered this throughout PSG's game. PSG won 1-0. I think Cavani had scored the penalty, but reportedly he'd suffered a thigh injury, so he had to be taken off in the game. But coming from Thomas Tuchel, who is currently the PSG boss, he confirmed that he's worried that he could miss the clash. Thomas Tuchel, but the reports have been coming out saying that he is a major doubter for the game, so it's not going to be likely that Edison Cavani is going to be featuring. Also, another blow for PSG as well. Thomas Meunier is reportedly he could be out as well, because reportedly I don't know if he's going to be out, but he reportedly could be out. Thomas Meunier, after reportedly he suffered a head injury in the same game as well. He had an head injury because I think his head collided with someone else's or something like that. So it was basically a clash of heads. Obviously, PSG have got other rules as well, because of Neymar out, for a long time as well. I think he's got a foot injury or something like that as Neymar. So that is a strong concern, for PSG. But PSG have invested in the last couple of seasons, obviously. I think, are they under financial fair play regulations still? I'm not too sure. But, they spent a lot of money on Neymar and Mbappe. They've still got a lot of quality in their team of Paris Saint-Germain. But they will be concerned, as I currently said, Verratti's just recently, I think, recovered from injury, because before, most recently, he's just had an ankle injury as Marco Verratti as well. So they have had quite a few injury concerns at Paris Saint-Germain. Obviously, they are sitting top of Liga 1, the 13 points clear at top. This season they've scored 68 goals, only conceded 13, so defensively they are good. But for me, PSG are only the team, that are the dominant force in France, as I said. But they've played 22 games, they've won 19, they've drawn 2, and they've lost 1 of Paris Saint-Germain. And they are sitting 13 points clear at the top of Liga 1, as I said, at Paris Saint-Germain. But it will be a difficult game, for us. I do think we can beat, Paris Saint-Germain, to be quite honest with you. But it will be a good game. As Solskjaer was watching, PSG and Lyon the other week, when Lyon beat Paris Saint-Germain 2-1. Obviously he was there, to suss out, how Paris Saint-Germain play and that. Obviously we know Paris Saint-Germain got the sign of Leandro Paredes in January. So they signed Leandro Paredes, even though at one point it was looking likely he was going to join Chelsea, but he didn't. He ended up, joining Paris Saint-Germain, as we all know. So they did get Leandro Paredes. PSG wanted to get some more additions into their squad. They were, keen on getting Idrissa Gueye on deadline day from Everton. I think PSG had 2 bids turned down from Everton, basically. So potentially, PSG didn't get Idrissa Gueye, even though Idrissa Gueye, I think, did put a transfer request in, as I said. But he stays at Everton. Does Idrissa Gueye. In relation as well to Adrien Rabiot, I think he's going to be likely, to definitely, leave Paris Saint-Germain in the summer. He's definitely likely to leave Paris Saint-Germain in the summer. Is Adrien Rabiot. Obviously, been at PSG the majority of his career. He has been there since 2012. He's been in the first team since 2012 as Adrien Rabiot. Of course, he is only age 23 years of age, so he is still young in his prime, as we all know. He's been a full France international, since 2016. As Adrien Rabiot, he's won 16 major honours, with his time at Paris Saint-Germain. It could be looking likely he could leave PSG in the summer. There again, there's been a few teams, that have expressed their interest in him. At one point, it did say, a narrative came out about it in January, that PSG it did say that, Barcelona, it was likely he was going to Barcelona in the summer on a free transfer. Allegedly, it did say it had been agreed, but reportedly now Barcelona have currently dropped their interest, because obviously Barcelona have got quite a lot of midfielders, and obviously they've confirmed the signing of Frankie de Jong for Ajax for 65 million, but he won't be officially playing for Barcelona until the new season, so it is a year in advance, as I said. So basically, I don't think Barcelona are no longer interested in Adrien Rabiot. It did say Man United were interested in him. It did say Arsenal have expressed their interest in Adrien Rabiot as well. Liverpool, were making inquiries about getting Adrien Rabiot, back in the January transfer window, of course. But his contract comes to an end in the summer. There's been no sign of Adrien Rabiot, signing a new contract with PSG, as I've currently said. But yeah, in relation to Edison Cavani, reportedly he suffered an injury. It's actually a thigh injury. He's currently suffered. I think it's a suspected thigh injury that Edison Cavani has currently suffered. So it's likely he will be missing the clash, as I currently said. Maybe Marco Verratti might be playing, because Verratti, I don't think he's injured now. I just think he's recently recovered from an ankle injury, as Marco Verratti. But it will be an interesting game, as I currently, Rashford. It'd be interesting how Rashford performs, and how how Mbappe performs as well. But it will be a very, very interesting game, as I currently said. It will be a very, very interesting game. But we know that reports have been coming out. Wait there a minute. We know that reports have been coming out in the last couple of days, as I have been airing in the media as well, that reportedly Manchester United have made contact with Tango and Ndombele's representatives, because his name got mentioned, throughout the course of the January transfer window, and last year as well, that a few teams have expressed their interest in Tango and Ndombele. Of course, he's 22 years of age. He plays for Lyon, does the player, so still very, very young in his prime. Reportedly, Manchester City have expressed their interest in him. It did say Juventus have also been interested, but he's very tenacious. He's a good competitive midfielder, as is Tango and Ndombele, and it would be good, for him to come and experience the Premier League. He probably wouldn't, he wouldn't come cheap here, would the player if Lyon are willing, to sanction him off in the summer. But reportedly, Man United have approached his current representative, maybe making a move for Tango and Ndombele in the summer. It also said that Man City have also been interested in him as well. Obviously, Man City didn't make any signings throughout the January transfer window, as we all know, because obviously Pep Guardiola spent a lot of money throughout his his managerial career. He spent over £1 billion. More than half of that obviously has been spent at Manchester City. He spent 500 million at Manchester City as Pep Guardiola as well. Maybe Man City may look to maybe get some new additions into their squad in the summer if they want to, as I currently said. But reportedly it says Manchester City have also been interested in Tango and Ndombele as well. So his name's been mentioned. We know in the last couple of days as well, as I do keep updating you, that we have heard, about Douglas Costa. His name has been mentioned in the media as well, Douglas Costa. Juventus winner, can play on each wing, can Douglas Costa, as we all know, obviously highly experienced. Obviously, 28 years of age is Douglas Costa, as we all currently know. But he's good at crossing balls into the box. His dribbling is very, very good. He's got a lot of good physical attributes, as Douglas Costa, as we all know. And the narrative about this came out, last year. Reportedly, Manchester United, he allegedly said that Man United put around a £54 million bidding for Costa. It did say Juventus had rejected this bid. They'd currently turned this bid down for Douglas Costa, as it did confirm. Douglas Costa's a winner though, but he's enjoyed a difficult season this season, with Juventus, to be quite honest with you, because obviously Juventus got Ronaldo last summer, as we all know, and he has enjoyed a difficult time this season. He's struggled, to get in the team, Douglas Costa, but he's still a very good influential player, and throughout the majority of his playing career, he has made a really, really good impact as Douglas Costa. But it did say that reportedly suggestions are stirred up about it, saying that reportedly Douglas Costa had liked a Twitter post, linking in with a move to Old Trafford. So he did like a Twitter post on that, Douglas Costa. So he may be open to the move in the summer. Maybe Man United are considering preparing a bid for him in the summer, to try to get him to Old Trafford in the summer. But as I said, 28 years of age, he actually began his career with Guerrero. Then he had 5 fantastic years with Shakhtar. He won the domestic treble with Shakhtar Donetsk, and he won quite a lot of trophies with Shakhtar Donetsk, when he was a lot younger in his prime. He had a good few years, with Bayern Munich, won 2 titles with Bayern Munich. Juventus initially did get him on loan, I think, for 1 season, but last summer, Juventus, made the deal permanent by paying around £36 million, for Douglas Costa as well. So there has been rumours, about that going on in the media as well. Obviously, we know there's been reports regarding Felix as well from Benfica. We know that his name's been mentioned. It did say Manchester United could reportedly, make a move for Felix in the summer. Reportedly, Benfica player, 19 years of age, as we all know. Obviously, he's yet to make his Portugal senior debut. He's only been in the Benfica first team since last year as this player, but reportedly his performances have been very, very good indeed since he's got into the first team. As I said, only 19 years of age. His buyout clause is around £105 million, is this player, so that's a staggering amount of money, for a 19-year-old. That's in his contract, this £105 million buyout clause, Felix. But as I did say, throughout the January transfer window, a lot of teams have expressed their interest in him. It did say Liverpool had reportedly, had a £61 million bid, reportedly turned down for reportedly. But Man United had instructed scouts, to keep a close eye on the player as well. So it did reportedly, we could make a move for I can't pronounce his first name, but we could make a move for Felix in the summer, as I currently said. And of course, he's only 19 years of age as his player. I'm a big fan of Jadon Sancho as well. I do like Jadon Sancho. The as well. I was discussing with you about that about 5 or 6 days ago about Jadon Sancho. I do really like Jadon Sancho. Again, only 18 years of age. Is Jadon Sancho, as we all currently know. He played in the Borussia Dortmund reserve team at one point. He's been at Borussia Dortmund, quite a few years now as Jadon Sancho, and since he's got into the first team, he's been a very good player as this player. Obviously, this season Jadon Sancho has obviously been first choice over Christian Pulisic, as we all currently know. Reportedly, reports are coming out saying it would cost Man United maybe in the region of around £90 million, to get him to Old Trafford in the summer, Jadon Sancho. But he is a very good young player, and as I did say, we've got a few young players in our team, Rashford, Martial, Lingard and all that. And do you think he complement all them, Jadon Sancho, as I said? I think Jadon Sancho has got a contract with Borussia Dortmund, I think, until 2022, as Jadon Sancho. He actually used to play for Manchester City, so he has had experience, of playing in English football, because he spent a couple of years with City. As I said, he never got into the first team with City. He actually began his youth career with Watford, where he spent a lot of years with Watford. But we know that Borussia Dortmund have done business, before with their young players. Obviously they've sold Pulisic to Chelsea for 58 million, but he won't be officially playing for Chelsea until the new season, because obviously he's been loaned back to Borussia Dortmund, and obviously they sold Ousmane Dembele to Barcelona, was it for around £106 million, was it, or something like that. Borussia Dortmund only paid £7-8 million for him for Manchester City, as I could have said, but he can score goals, he can provide, can Jadon Sancho, so maybe Manchester United, may make a move for him in the summer as well. But defensively, obviously we need someone in our defensive line, that can complement Eric Bailly, that can complement Lindelof, as I said, because I think Bailly and Lindelof look very good together. It's likely them two will be, playing on Tuesday night against Paris Saint-Germain, because obviously Bailly and Lindelof, complement each other fantastically well in our defensive line. But obviously, we know the number one target is obviously Koulibaly. That is currently our number one target, as we all know. Koulibaly be a great leader in our line. He'd lead the lines very well. And he's got that determination, to go forward as Koulibaly. He's still got a contract with Napoli till 2023, as we all currently know as Koulibaly. And we know it would cost us a lot of money, to get him to Manchester United in the summer. So far in the process, I've had three bids turned down. The recent one was 95 million, but I think Koulibaly is willing to make a move to Manchester United because he feels unhappy with Napoli. As I do keep saying, the majority of this was due to the racial abuse he suffered back in December last year, Koulibaly. But yeah, he'd be a great player for us, as I currently said. Every area of his game, he adapts very well. He has that determination to go forward. He's aggressive in his play, very distinctive in his play, as well as Koulibaly. And one of the best players, the position he currently fulfills, is one of the best players in world football. And probably I think his agent or his former agent revealed that it could cost us, if we had to get him to Manchester United in the summer, it could cost us just under 90. Guys, but that it just went off. I do apologise. It could just cost us under £90 million. But I think he's keen on making a move to Old Trafford, and he would be a fantastic impact in our defensive line, if he did come in Koulibaly, as I said. But there's other, I think is our major priority target, to go for in the summer. We've been linked to quite a few other defenders, as I've already explained to you, as I currently said. In relation to Harry Maguire, he's another defender I like, because obviously we've been linked to Harry Maguire, for a couple of windows, and I do really like Harry Maguire. Reports have just been coming out saying that, reportedly in relation to Harry Maguire, that I think he's revealed that he does want to stay at Leicester, for this season. Harry Maguire, he signed a new 5-year deal with Leicester back in September last year, as we all know. So I think he does want to commit his future, with Leicester for this season. But reports have been coming out saying that he admits that he wants to play in Champions League football, wants to play to the highest level, and obviously Manchester United can offer him that, said. But I do really like Harry Maguire. I think this season especially, I think his performances for Leicester, have been very good. And he's only 25 years of age, of course. He's Premier League proven, and he's proven himself very well with Leicester City as Harry Maguire. I think rated at around £60 million, like as Harry Maguire. But I do really like Harry Maguire, if I'm going to be quite honest with you. Good player. So Man United even may prepare, to go for Harry Maguire in the summer as well. But I do really like him. He's not world class, as I said, but I still think he's a very good defender. He's Harry Maguire, and that's just my opinion on that. And we've been linked with other defenders as well, as I've already gone through with you in the process. The likes of Milan Skriniar we could go for in the summer. Toby Alderweireld, I don't know if we'll go for him in the summer. I'm not too sure about that, even though we were, linked with Toby Alderweireld, last summer, as we all currently know. But yeah, we do need, as I do keep saying, we do need some additions to come into the club in the summer, because we are going to see players leaving. If we do potentially want to be future title contenders, we do need to get some signings in the summer. It was a shame we didn't make any signings in January, but to be honest, we can afford to basically spend big in the summer. It doesn't mean we're going to be potentially title contenders if we get a world-class player for a lot of money, as Solskjaer was explaining, but we do need a couple of signings, and I think £200 million, could potentially, get us some good, players to come in to the club, as I said. But we've spent £700-800 million, since Alex Ferguson retired. We've obviously seen players come in, we've seen players go, as I currently said, but the majority now, as it stands, are playing really, really well. They're gelling together as a team, and now I think we have got the old Manchester United back, and the glory days are returning, and the mood's just been totally lifted, since Ole Gunnar Solskjaer's coming. He's brought positivity back to the club, and he's the man. Solskjaer's the man who knows what he's currently doing, which is very, very good to see, as I couldn't said. But for Tuesday, the preview will be coming up very soon. It may be tonight, it may be tomorrow sometime. But it will be definitely coming up. I think is it 8 o'clock kickoff on Tuesday night, Paris Saint-Germain. I think it's 8 o'clock to be quite honest with you. But we know it won't be a walkover. It will be a difficult game. But we have got a boost going into this game because PSG have got a few injuries. They've got Cavani out, so it's unlikely he's going to be featuring. So too Thomas Meunier, he suffered a head injury. Cavani's is a thigh injury, and it's officially confirmed that Neymar's out, for a long period of time as well. So that's good news from Manchester United, point of view, and from my point of view as well. So anyway, the main part of this video is to give you an update on David De Gea. Reportedly, he's refusing to sign a new contract unless Manchester United meet his £350,000 a week. He's currently demanding that he wants. So his wage demands. Reportedly, De Gea wants around £350,000 a week if he's to commit to sign a new long-term deal at Manchester United, as that is confirmed. So anyway, drop your comments, likes below on the channel, guys. Thank you for your time today. If you do consider subscribing, the games today to update you on is Tottenham versus Leicester. And Manchester City versus Chelsea. You've already seen my Manchester United. You've already seen my Manchester City versus Chelsea preview. As I currently said, I do think it'll be Manchester City win, to be quite honest with you. Chelsea obviously are capable of beating them, to be honest with you. But Chelsea on the road this season, they've lost at Tottenham away, they've lost at Arsenal away. So you've obviously got to favour Manchester City, and Manchester City's home record, absolutely outstanding as well. So as I did say, it'll either be coming up today. I'd rather Man City win anyway. So because if Chelsea won, they'd go back into the top four, above us. They'd go obviously. What are they now? Level on points of Arsenal. We're 1 point in front of them, so they'd go 2 points ahead of us, Chelsea, if they did win today against Manchester City. But anyway, I do think Manchester City are going to win, to be quite honest with you. But we'll see what happens anyway. But as I did say, the Manchester United Paris Saint-Germain preview will either be coming up tonight or it'll be coming up sometime tomorrow as well. When a bit of more team news updates, when he gives us some team news, Ole Gunnar Solskjaer and that, we will give you the preview for the Manchester United Paris Saint-Germain games. So anyway, drop your comments, likes below on the channel, as I said. If you do consider subscribing, as always, and take care. God bless, guys, and I'll see you all again very, very soon. Thank you.